Sziasztok, Stella vagyok, és ez a Skyrim sorozatom 57. része. Az a szomorú dolog történt, hogy én felvettem 3 küldetésnyi adagot, de az egész nem tudom miért eltűnt, tönkrement. Vagyis most 3 küldetésnyivel vissza kellett mennem, hogy nektek megmutathassam. Ami számomra elég unalmas, és ragaszkodok ahhoz, amit én már korábban megcsináltam. Ezért arra gondoltam, hogy kihagyok mindenféle lootolást, kihagyok keresgéléseket, ezt felveszem, azt kirakom, bla 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 bla. Nem foglalkozok ezzel, mindent ott hagyok, csak végig rohanok a pályákon. Az nektek is egy kicsit ugye jobb, mert a lootolással nem telik el az idő. Illetve én is hamarabb végzek legalább. És hamar túl leszek azon, amit egyébként már nemrég megcsináltam. Szóval folytatom a C-hes főküldi szálat. Ide kell eljutnom, úgyhogy én oda lelovagolok most. Akkor menjünk is. Van egy paci. Tök ugyanolyan. Csak azt néztem, hogy veszem-e. Ja, ez múltkor is. Ja. Ki akarom próbálni, hogy lóról. Hoppá. Gyere már, Ultred. Hol van az a nő? Itt van. Harcoljál már. Azt az mi? Azta. Inkább hagyjuk. Azta. Ezek itt múltkor nem voltak. Anyám. Hozzunk innen. Mit keresnek itt? Gorillák. Anyám. Na. Oké, mintha mi se történt volna. Itt vagyok.
Good. Finally here. I've scouted the ruins and I'm certain Carlia is still inside. Let's get going. I want her head on my mantle. Good. Finally here. I've scouted the ruins and I'm certain Carlia...
Ki jött nekünk? Hát, azt majd később megbeszéljük. Na, beszélj, hogy végre megöltétek.
Good. Finally. No, I found her horse. Don't worry, I've taken care of it. She won't be using it to escape. Let's get moving. I want to catch her inside while she's distracted. Take the lead. I'm sorry, I was under the impression I was in charge. You're leading and I'm following. Does that seem clear to you? Just make certain you keep your eyes open. Carlia is as sharp as a blade. The last thing I need is you blundering into a trap and warning her that we're here. 25 years ago, I was standing outside these very same ruins. Gallus told me to meet here, but he wouldn't say why. When I arrived, Gallus stepped from the shadows. Before he uttered a sound, an arrow pierced his throat. Before I could even draw my blade, her second arrow found its mark in my chest. Carlia was a master marksman, and her greatest weapon was the element of surprise. I was lucky. She missed my heart by mere inches. I staggered away from the ruins and my vision began to blur. It's then that I realized the bitch had poisoned her arrows. The last thing I saw was Carlia dumping his body into an opening atop the ruins. An unceremonious end for a remarkable man. To this day, I've regretted allowing her to escape, even if it meant I had died trying. I owed Gallus that much. The guild was thrown into disarray. Several stepped up and tried to claim Gallus's former position as guildmaster. Sides quickly formed behind these men, and the Ratway became a bloodbath. I saw what they did to Gallus. I wanted to use the guild's resources to hunt down Carlia. The others didn't even care he was gone. Fortunately, I persevered, and the other groups were either killed or they left Skyrim. The infighting had taken months to subside, which gave her time to go into hiding and carefully cover her tracks. I spent thousands of septum and used every contact at my disposal. But it was as if she had simply vanished. Like I said before, she was the best. She was a stubborn Dunmer. Always had to do everything her way. But she was also the best, bringing in more coin a month than some thieves heist in a year. Gallus trusted her too much and let her get too close. If you want to call it that, yes. Me? I think she was softening him for the kill. Gallus would call her his little nightingale. He was absolutely smitten by her. Greed? Jealousy? Spite? Who can say what drove her to such an iniquitous act? One thing's certain, I intend to find out before she draws her last breath. I have a long-standing arrangement with the Dark Brotherhood. If I need someone in the guild taken care of, we do it ourselves. We both agree it's best to keep these matters in-house.
Okay.
That's enough of this, son.
Ja.
Necessary chatting. We need to keep going.
Ja, akkor keep going-oljunk. Ja. Múltkor az volt, hogy olyan lassan jött Mercer, hogy azt hittem behalok. Nem akart lejönni múltkor. Na. Olyan bugozás volt a múltkori játékokban. Gyere már, idióta. Most is bugozni akarsz? Ugyanis nem tudok bemenni nélküled. Ja, megmondtam, hogy ezt nem nézem. Menjél már!
They say that these ancient Nordic burial mounds are sometimes impenetrable. So that's not too difficult. Quite simple, really. I don't know what the fuss is about these locks. All it takes is a bit of know-how. Or skill. That should do it.
Remélem nem fog bugzódni egy csomót, mint múltkor, az elviselhetetlen volt. Természetesen lootolnék.
Pull the chain over there and watch out for the spikes. Carlia reset all of the traps.
Na, úgy emlékeztem, hogy itt már volt csapda. Ja. Szóval... így né. Ezt kikerültük.
Who's there? Your feeble attempt is insulting. Something's near.
Lootolás 1000-rel. Itt is ugye lootolás. Nem csinálom most, hanem haladunk előre. Oh, előbb is jártad volna, már kilőttem a nyilvezzőt, mindegy.
Two more of them ahead. Something's near. You can't hide from me.
Egy csomó halálúr van. Öld már meg őket.
So ends the lesson. What was that?
Oké. Lootolás 1000-rel, lootolás, tudjuk. Ó, megijesztett. Köszi.
Your own epitaph.
Na, nem mocorogj, a fejedet akarom.
Who's there?
Öld már meg.
Your end is near. You can't hide from me.
Idióta. Öld már meg!
Bone chimes. Clever. To wake the Draugr, I bet. Don't blunder into any of them.
Hoppá. Hozzáértem. Ha, semmi? Semmi különös? Oké. Ó, basszus! Így is olyan sok ellenség van.
Is that the best you can do? Like near. Read your last.
Anyám, valami... Ja, ott van, nézem, hol van, nem láttam az árnyékban. Ah! Jó, azt öld meg. Tudjátok mit? Úgy se használtam el eredetileg őket. Vagy Mi legyen? Nem is így. Milyen kulcsok? Üvegnyíl. Melyik a... Több nyílból is kevés van már, hogy üvegnyíl.
What was that? You can't hide from me. You screamed your last.
Oké, lootolás 1000-re, bla 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 bla. Ezek a halálurak amúgy nagyon vagányak, mert vannak ében fegyvereik. Összegyűjtöttem egy ében ilyet. Nem, ében kardot, meg 2 ében bárdot. Na most az a baj, hogy ezt a hajót nem szereztem meg, mert én előre ezt lepontottam. És az meg felrobbant. Jaj, meg minek megyek bele? Ez is belemegy azért. Nem esett véletlenül ide a hajó? Én meg nem vettem fel, mert azt hittem, hogy leesett. Vagy felrobbant. Jó. Nem is ide kellett volna jönnöm. Hova kellett volna mennem? Ja, oda. Semmi baj. Üvegíjakat pacsékolom erre. Mármint nyilakat. Most sietünk. Ja, Isten, de jó lesz. Ideig szenvedsz már, hajj már meg! Megölted már, köszi. Átváltunk azért, mert ez már nagyon sok. Hoppá, még mindig azt a... Oké. Még 8 év, mire levágom az összeset. Oké, haladjunk. Elegem van az íjazásból is. Hol vagy? Ja, elfelejtettem, hogy csapda van. Hol van? Nem látom. Hoppa! Mondom. Gyere, menjünk. hogy ez barát?
What was that?
Megtanuljuk azt a szót, amivel ki lehet lökni egymás kezéből a... Dögönj már! Oké. Tudjátok, mi a következik? Lootolás ezerre. Itt mindig? Köszi. Ez mi volt? Na gyere! Mondjál szent beszédeket, aztán nyisd ki. Mit művelsz? Bele fog lépni. Jó.
Ah, it's one of the infamous Nordic puzzle doors. How quaint. Without the matching claw, they're normally impossible to open. Since I'm certain Carlia already did away with it, we're on. Fortunately, these doors have a weakness. Know how to exploit it.
Mennyi bug van ebbe? Ez hihetetlen.
Carlia's close, certainly.
És én megint legugol, de én már rég nem googolok. Ja, ezt eltehetjük, van egy olyan érzésem. Oké. Na most figyeljetek.
Do you honestly think your arrow will reach me before my blade finds your heart?
Give me a reason to try.
You're a clever girl, Carlia. Buying Golden Glow Estate and funding Honningbrew Meadery was inspired.
To ensure an enemy's defeat, you must first undermine his allies. It was the first lesson Gallus taught us.
You always were a quick study.
Not quick enough, otherwise Gallus would still be alive.
Gallus had his wealth and he had you. All he had to do was look the other way.
Did you forget the oath we took as nightingales? Did you expect him to simply ignore your methods?
Enough of this mindless banter. Come, Carlia. It's time for you and Gallus to become reunited.
I'm no fool, Mercer. Crossing blades with you would be a death sentence. But I can promise the next time we meet, it will be your undoing.
How interesting. It appears Gallus's history has repeated itself. Carlia has provided me the means to be rid of you, and this ancient tomb becomes your final resting place. But do you know what intrigues me the most? The fact that this was all possible because of you. Farewell. I'll be certain to give Brynjolf your regards.
Úgy néz ki, mint Boromir.
Easy. Easy. Don't get up so quickly. How are you feeling? No, I saved your life. My arrow was tipped with a unique paralytic poison. It slowed your heart and kept you from bleeding out. Had I intended to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. My original intention was to use that arrow on Mercer, but I never had a clear shot. I made a split-second decision to get you out of the way, and it prevented your death. More than you'll ever realize. The poison on that arrow took me a year to perfect. I only had enough for a single shot. All I had hoped was to capture Mercer alive. Mercer must be brought before the Guild to answer for what he's done. He needs to pay for Gallus's murder. My purpose in using Snowvale Sanctum to ambush Mercer wasn't simply for irony's sake. Before both of you arrived, I recovered a journal from Gallus's remains. I suspect the information we need is written inside. I wish I knew. The journal is written in some sort of language I've never seen before. Enther. Gallus's friend at the College of Winterhold. Of course. It's the only outsider Gallus trusted with the knowledge of his Nightingale identity. There were three of us. Myself, Gallus, and Mercer. We were an anonymous splinter of the Thieves Guild in Riften. Perhaps I'll tell you more about it later. Right now, you need to head for Winterhold with the journal and get the translation. Here, take these as well. They may prove useful for your journey. I'm afraid not. There are preparations to make, and Gallus's remains to lay to rest. I promise to join you there as soon as I can. He was a scholar, a master thief, and a natural leader. Everyone respected him and followed him without question. It was Gallus who inducted me into the Nightingales, and honed my skills to a razor-sharp point. I owe everything to him. We were very close. Gallus once said he felt comfortable around me, able to let his guard down. I can't help but think that I'm responsible for what happened to him. Mercer lied to the Guild, branded me a murderer, and slandered my name across his network of contacts. For 25 years I ran, never sleeping in the same place twice and carefully covering my tracks. Mercer doesn't need to die. He needs to feel the cold sting of fate as his life crumbles in front of him and he's hunted by the Guild. I can promise you, if it comes to that, and my back's to the wall, I won't hesitate. Remember, speak only to Enther. Trust no one else.
Oké. Érdekes fordulat. Nem, de bár.
Yes. Can I help you with anything else? Carlia. Then she's finally found it. Do you have Gallus's journal?
Hoppá, elfelejtettem megnézni a naplót.
Till next time.
Hol van? Aha, így néz ki. Jó, csak kíváncsi voltam. Meg hogyha ti is lássátok.
Carlia, do you have Gallus's journal? Problem. Let me see it. Ah, this is just like Gallus. A dear friend, but always too clever for his own good. He's written all of the text in the Falmer language. No. However, I know someone who might. The court wizard of Markarth, Calselmo, may have the materials you need to get this journal translated.
Hol is Markartba kell
Word of
mennünk?
warning. Calselmo is a fierce guardian of his research. Getting the information won't be easy. He was a dear friend of mine, and a surprisingly astute pupil of academia. I was devastated when he was killed. I suppose that risk always coexisted with his line of work. I just never thought his luck would run out. For the thrill, of course. He was quite clear that he felt more in his element climbing through a window rather than hunched over a dusty tome. Yes, quite an amusing anecdote, actually. I caught him trying to break into my laboratory. I was about to show him the error of his ways when he made a curiously astute comment about my research notes. I was astounded, and in turn it led to a conversation. Who would have imagined it would lead to such a strong friendship? Besides the fact that there are only a handful of people in Tamriel that even recognize the language, I'm fairly certain he was planning some sort of a heist that involved a deep understanding of the Falmer language. Sadly, we never had the opportunity to speak about the details. Ironically, I pointed him in the same direction I pointed you, to Markarth and Calselmo. I'm only hoping whatever means he used to learn the language will still be available to you. In the time before man, they were known as the Snow Elves. They lived in the sunlight and had a very prosperous society. Like the Altmer? Yes, I would say their culture quite possibly rivaled our own. The Nords went to war with the Falmer in the First Era, killed them by the thousands to drive them from their snowy homeland. The Falmer retreated underground and forged an uneasy alliance with the dwarves who ended up betraying them. This betrayal made them what they are now, horrible, blind monstrosities with a burning hatred of any but their own kind. Why shouldn't I? The Falmer have killed more than a fair share of my acquaintances. They're animals. They show absolutely no pity or remorse. If you wish to learn more about them, you're welcome to my tome on the subject. Should be on my table. Calselmo is stubborn as a mule. Be careful when you speak to him.
Just say the word if you need a drink or something to eat.
Kösz. Jó, ezt megbeszéltük. Mivel Markartba kell mennem? És az a helyzet ugye, hogy Markartban engem köröznek. Ezért a markarti szabadulást azt a következő részre hagyom. Annyit viszont még megteszek, amit mégse teszek meg, mert jobb lesz, ha a következő részt eleve így kezdem. Mi? Ja, rajtam van. Nos hát, remélem, hogy érdekes volt, most egy kicsit ledaráltam ezt a kis szakaszt, de csak azért, hogy hát nekem se legyen olyan unalmas most újra végig lootolni az egészet, nem. Remélem, hogy így is jó volt, élvezhető volt, talán élvezhetőbb is. Úgyhogy köszönöm, hogy végignéztétek. Sziasztok!